Okay, we're going to make a couple hoses on this tubes and hoses machine. I'll just show you a little bit about it, why I'm doing it. Normally we use Parker hose and fittings, but we also, years ago, we bought this franchise tubes and hoses, and they've since basically gone out of business. There is some remnants of it around. It was a pretty good system, but I think the founder, the old man, died, and then it just all took a dump after that. And we probably spent about $100,000 on this franchise and a bunch of inventory of fittings. So it also does air conditioning and bends tubes, and there's a 3-station deal here which you can't see. But the reason I'm coming over to this machine is because of this fitting is 5/16. And it's not normal. This is on a forklift, and normally, you know, I don't carry 5/16 in Parker because it's not real common. Okay, now what I want to show you is to prevent a mistake. If you got somebody new making hoses, I want you to look at these fittings here, how close they are, and how easy it is to make a mistake and put the wrong. This is a 3/8. This is a 5/16. Okay, so to prevent that from happening, you need to check this and be proficient in identification of different size fittings. But that's so close, you can't really tell. But the reason I'm showing you, say you were making 50 hoses, all the same size, and someone goes in your stock, pulls all the 3/8, makes them, and then they take them to the customer and they don't fit. So you need to be aware of that. Now, I had a whole bunch of 5/16 in the tubes and hoses inventory, but it's a fitting that's not real common. It's close, but it can be easily overlooked for anybody because, like I said, in the Parker, I don't even carry the 5/16. I'll use a 3/8. Okay, so we're going to use this machine here to make these 2 forklift hoses. And I'm just going to show you, we don't use this all the time, but this is a backup machine for oddball stuff. So I've already got this thing set. I'm going to crimp this out. But you can see how that works there. Okay, there's one end. Now we're going to do the other. This is a 2-piece fitting. I don't like this. This is like the old Gates and Weatherhead stuff. I like the 1-piece. That's why I prefer Parker. But you know, we have this, so we're going to use it. This machine will cramp any brand, and you use this dial indicator. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it works. And they had a pretty good system. But I'm not sure what happened after the old man died. He was the founder. The son took it over, and I don't know what happened. Okay, there's one. Okay, and you want to make sure you're all the way down. The 1-piece is a lot easier. And like I said, I prefer to use the Parker, but I'll show another one on that. You have to know what you're doing on these. Watch your dial indicator. You can over cramp, under cramp. That's the thing. If someone doesn't know, you know, they over crimp these or under crimp them, and then they just blow off. So one of the reasons you got to have someone that knows what's up, and you also got to get this little sleeve to capture that in there. This is for someone that knows what they're doing, basically. But the machine, the concept of the machine is pretty good. Like I said, we spent $100,000 on this thing, and now you can't really get the support. You know, the whole deal was to support us on the hose, the discount on the hose, and the fittings. And you know, $100,000 we spent, and basically they're out of business. So you got to watch out for that. So there it is. I'll talk about the main thing is ID your fittings, because the 5/16 is real close to the 3/8. 3/8 would be standard, and I'd rather use 3/8 because that 5/16 fitting is an oddball, but that's what's on the cylinder. And then, so there you have it. I got 2 new hoses for it. But take that into consideration when you just put someone on. If you're doing this one here, see, it looks the same, but it's not. So if you send this to them, they're not going to get their machine rolling because someone didn't understand or pay attention. So that'll give you the tip on that. Stand by for the next one. Next time I'll show you some stuff on the Parker machine.